the strangest things happen. And you think this can't be a coincidence, but it's not. Definitely a message. It's something for you to pay attention to. It feels very personal, very in tune or in alignment with what's going on with you. So lucky for you, the universe knows and has plenty of ways of getting our attention. It's taking the time to stop and trusting those. Nothing happens without reason, or sometimes it's that it gets our attention. It's like something bigger is happening here. It's important we pay attention to those bigger things. You wonder, what does this mean? I can't tell you, or I wish I could tell you what each individual sign from the universe means, but it really is, again, a personal thing. And it's really designed with where you're at, what you're wondering, what direction you're looking for, and spend the time to look for the correlations. What's that sign telling you? Take the initiative to notice them and not disregard them. I'm going to talk to you about 20 different types of signs. The first thing I'm going to share with you is, and anybody that's followed me for any period of time knows that, one of my taglines is, if you think it's a sign, it is a sign. So don't disregard that. So one of the most common that I'm going to talk to you about is number one, and that's synchronicity in meaning. So out of the blue, you start to think of someone and they phone you, or you bump into them, or you get a text from them. Maybe put out a request for guidance to the universe, and the universe is providing the information through this person. So number two is dreams. If you're open to receiving messages via your dreams, keep a dream journal, because often what is presented to you in the dream isn't that simple for you to decipher what that message is trying to tell you. Being aware of what you dreamed is telling you very often requires you sort of just to look back at the theme, the coincidences in your dream, as opposed to looking up, what does an ape mean? What does it mean if I'm running? Any type of dream is important. And especially if the dream is comfortable for you to experience a message, as opposed to it coming through to you during the day. Another one, number three, is huge, is numbers and patterns in numbers. So if you keep seeing a specific number or a pattern of numbers wherever you go throughout the day, look up what that means. And I always suggest going to Google, type in the number 1111, angel number meaning. Numbers can be man-made without question, but the fact that they're dropping in front of you consistently is not man-made. So if you're seeing that number on a clock, you're seeing the number on a house, in an address, you're seeing on a car plate, whatever it is, but consistently you see those numbers, pay attention to what those meanings are. And please don't forget, 0 is also a number. Number 4, animals. This is big. Animals are without question one of the, especially birds, one of the ways our loved ones communicate with us. But animals play a much bigger picture when it comes to the universe. It's when we see an animal that we're not supposed to see. It's not something that's part of our daily life. Don't disregard that, because you should not be seeing that animal. All these things that are really random, take that definitely as a sign and look up the meaning of that animal by all means. But I'd like you also to go a little bit deeper and think about that animal in its natural habitat. Look at what the animal's like in its natural environment, and that's the energy it's bringing to you. That's the medicine that it's bringing to you. That's what you need right now. Ted Andrews has an excellent book He has spent many years researching animal meanings. I highly recommend it if you're into that. So number 5, losing and finding objects. When you find something that's gone missing, it often can be meaningful in association to a time or a person in your life. It can also be a way of the universe jogging your memory for a reason. Where did you find it? When did it disappear? What's the synchronicity between those two periods of time? If you lose or break something, the universe often is really telling you to let go of the past. And once you can do that, very often the coins will show back up in your life again. Finding something that's been misplaced has significant meaning, especially depending on what that item is. Ask yourself, whether this object or and its association is holding you back from whatever it is that you're asking the universe. What does this object represent? Number 6, breaking and malfunctioning objects. Your microwave dies and you go out and you bump into that right person that can help you answer your questions, is a sign in some way for you. That's not a coincidence. Well, that is a coincidence, but coincidences are the universe's way of bringing things into sync for you. But this person may not always represent what it is you need to know, but perhaps through conversation with them, the answer comes to you. Number 7, deja vu is repetitive experiences or encounters. You keep meeting the same person. You keep having the same experience. I would suggest at least 3 times in a row. And it sort of feels like deja vu. And then, we're wondering why. Well, the universe, again, is trying to tell you something that it's pay closer attention to this person or this experience. Will show you something that you need to learn in this lifetime. So one of the biggest questions I get with my clients is, I don't understand, why does this keep happening to me? Why do I keep ending up in these, relationships? Why do I keep ending up in dead-end jobs? There's a reason that the universe is showing you this. So it's not always there at a time when we're problem solving or we're trying to make a decision, which are 2 different things. It's also there to help guide us through our journey here as a soul and a spirit. So if something keeps happening to you in your life, there's definitely a pattern to your life. What is that showing you? Because these occurrences, these signs from the universe tell you, you're at the right time, you're at the right place to deal with this. Don't disregard the work that goes in with these coincidences. So number 9, sudden unexplained emotions or feelings. So in the middle of the day, you suddenly feel overwhelmed by a sense of sadness, a sense of dread, maybe a sense of joy, and you can't explain it. When a name or a face comes to mind and you rush to check on them, maybe that friend is having an issue that you need to help them with. Or maybe it's your child in the next room that you have to go check on. This, again, is the universe's way of getting your attention. And sometimes we can avert disaster. All I'm saying when it comes to that dread feeling and somebody comes to mind, it doesn't hurt to check on them. Number 10, reoccurring pain in your body, chronic disease. That's a meaningful location. The meaning or messages behind our physical ailments are symptoms of our emotional world that have worked their way into our body. That connection, that pain, those type of symptoms are trying to tell you something. So number 11 is gut feelings. You can't explain it. When you're around a certain person, certain environment, the universe is using your gut to warn you of, we'll say, a danger to you or someone else. So it's best to pay attention. So it's not necessarily just picking up their vibe, it's bringing your attention in the moment that there's something not right in the moment. Number 12, this is also a lovely one when it comes to our loved ones, but songs, lyrics, especially. You're driving down the road with the radio on and you hear a song and the lyrics tell you precisely what it is you need to do. Somewhere in there are 3 words that are actually the answer to what it is you're looking for, especially if you hear that song 2 or 3 times in a row. How many times have you changed the station in the same song? It can be guidance with a difficult decision or a problem that we're having. So work with that. Pay attention, like I said, and make sure. Number 13 is scent and smell. Have you ever just been struck by a familiar smell? The universe may be reminding you of a person or an experience relevant to that person in the situation that you're facing in the present moment. So what would dad do? What would mom do? What would they tell me to do? Or what did they do in the same situation? 14, the weather. It's possible to use the weather or itself to tell you something. It's again, uses just what you happen to notice. So we might be having a really gray day. All of a sudden, you just sense that little bit of sunlight. I mean, we're not talking the sky has to open, but just that little bit of sunlight comes through. Trust that. It's sun. It's light being shown on what it is you need to know. You need cleansing, and all of a sudden, a sun shower shows up out of nowhere. And you stand in it and you let that rain cleanse you. Number 15, reoccurring words and phrases. You keep seeing or hearing the same words or the same phrases. Maybe you hear a particular name. Each situation is completely different when you hear it. Ask for a simple question of the universe, and this is your answer. But take note of the word, when you heard it, how you heard it, how it occurred. Unusual, and this is sort of the same thing. This is unusual or especially unfamiliar words. This really is something that you have to grasp, especially if you don't understand what that word is. Number 17, a sudden chill, a physical sensation, an upset stomach, goosebumps, heat. All of those things are a sign, you know, especially if it's like up the spine, or especially if it's in your gut, because your gut is your, I think, first brain. We tend to call it our second brain, but I think it's our first brain. But it's something literally does not feel right. And keep in mind, as I talk about feel right, this is not always a warning sign. This is often a time when we are not aligned with ourselves. And so often when we're put into a situation where we have to have a decision or make a decision or solve a problem, and just none of that is right for us, that the only, you know, the left or the right, nothing feels right, always come back to alignment, because there's always another way that is in alignment with you. And you're skipping a step if you're just jumping into that yes or no. If yes or no, neither one is resonating with you, or you're getting that physical sensation that yes or no, left, right, up, down, whatever it is not, that's your body's telling you that there's another way. So number 18, this happens all the time to people, unexpected delays or complications on getting that project done. You are so focused on getting there, and yet there's delay after delay after delay, or there's complications. Something isn't falling, it's not falling into place. The universe wants you to reconsider your plans. This is not necessarily telling you this is wrong for you, but what it's doing, remember I said at the beginning that signs and symbols are all about bringing us back into the present moment. If you're so focused on the outcome, those steps that are necessarily to get you to where you're supposed to be, you're skipping something, you're missing something, or something has to fall into place. Often we put it out to the universe and we get what we eventually want, but it also comes with patience because things have to fall into place, and they have to fall into place in a natural and healthy way for us to get that job, for us to meet that person, for us to find what we see as our success or our goal or accomplish our goals, and welcome those delays. Number 19, unexpected solutions or unexpected gifts. Out of the blue, a letter arrives. A check for just enough comes in. You don't have to know where that money is going to come from. Just trust it's going to come. You know, all of a sudden it just puts it right there in front of you. It's a gift. Don't disregard it. Again, ask the universe to help you find what it is you need and let it bring it to you. So number 20, the last one, kind of touched on this also, but health issues is another big one. So I talked about sensations in the body, chronic back pain. This is more the health issues I was talking about. So frequent illnesses, if you have constant throat problems, this is about speaking through your voice. This is about being heard. If you're having heart problems, chest problems, this is about love, being loved back. Keep all of these in check. As I said before, it starts out here in our energy and works our way in, not just in the present moment, but in your life, needs your attention. Pay attention to the part of the body that is having this chronic, this illness, this discomfort that's come up and is bringing you back into the present moment. The other one I kind of talked a bit about, which I'm just going to sort of throw here in the end, also is I talked about, the microwave and stuff breaking down and it takes you. But there's also, those technology malfunctions where universe, cuts your battery down, or all of a sudden your phone breaks. Maybe it's a sign you need a break. Maybe it's a sign you need some quiet time. Maybe it's a sign to step back from the computer for a little bit. So I hope these signs are very general, but yet specific. Yet at the same time, we all have our own relationship with the universe. Your signs are not limited to what I shared with you today. Think and trust what the patterns are in your life. If you think it's a sign, if you think it's a message, it is. If it's unfamiliar to you, do some research. See if that research resonates with you first before you accept it as truth. And however much you want to believe in the universe, just know it really does have your back. It really is here to help you, propel you forward. It's us that causes the resistance. It's not, why is it doing this to me? It's, what is it that I need to see as we go forward? So, thank you.